says America have said clearly that they will not allow it to continue. So it's just a matter of ultimatum has been given. Sort it out yourself in a period of a month or two maximum, or else will come. So Tinubu, now you know how he enter into agreement with this terrorists. He has to find a way to either get out of it or ready to fight them, or he will be held accountable. This is serious stuff. This is no joke, bro. people think say na play be this. Everything is gonna be playing out right before our eyes, and we know the terrorists. We know how stubborn and uncompromising they are. Their devil, you know. They always want to show you that they are tough, but we shall see. Audio, my brother. Audio.
That is it. Nigeria is not a country and will never be a country. It has never ever been a country, because a country that does not accept responsibility in anything. They only depends on lying and lying and lying and lying. They lie about everything, including the agreement they reach with people who are still living and watching you. Their boldness to lie is one thing I can't understand. They just came back and they told people that the US government is ready to work with Nigeria security. They are ready to partner with Nigeria. And you ask them which kind of partnership. Which kind of partnership do you want to partner with Nigeria? They won't explain to you. Yeah. They just come and put that blanket message. Oh, US have agreed to partner with Nigeria. I saw this idiot, that monster in Arise. He was just saying it boldly. US has now submitted and they are now ready to work with Nigeria. That's what we have been saying. That they are ready to work. I look at that ape face. Ape face. Yeah. Look at that idiot. I was just laughing. Yeah. The United States of America, with all the information they have, come on, work with you on what? Work with you, but give you which information? Which intelligence that you don't have? Yeah. The one that even the local people gave you, what did you do with it? The local people that they want to attack, they will call you and tell you, what did you do with it? Okay. What did you do with those information? You want the US to come and give information. So that when they give them, they go and pass it on to the terrorists so that they will know how to. It's a non-fact. These are facts, 100%. There is no way to rescue Nigeria. Let me tell you, for the fact that Nigeria gave a member of Al-Qaeda Minister for Communication, and he was there for 8 good years. Yeah. Al-Qaeda is not just ordinary Boko Haram. Do you know the kind of information they have? Do you know the technology they have? They have experts. People that trained pilots and send them to US to go and bomb US. To fly plane. Okay. To fly plane. And they succeeded in entering into US. You think it's a joke? You gave them Minister for your communication for 8 good years. Pantami. He does damage. He did damage. 8 good years. You think you Pantami damaged the country. Yeah. You think you can just wake up? US will just pass information to you. Which information do you want to pass to you that you don't have? Yeah. Or you want to use Nigeria to compromise US security. And they come to their media, they lie. Some people clap for them. Yeah. The damage that Pantami brought for 8 years, the technological damage that Pantami wrought in that country is the impact that is being felt today as we speak. And that is why you see the level of kidnapping and the exchange and transfer of information and monies and everything is crazy, bro. The people protested. If you remember, I wouldn't say protest per se, but they resisted the appointment of Pantami. If you remember, but Buhari, that impostor, he just ignored them because he know that the people are just a toothless bulldog. They can protest, and like Akpabio said, we're there for our house. They eat. Why not they protest? Because they know that it's just a needless, harmless protest. 2-3 days, whatever. Everybody hungry country, you go home to eat. So
Buhari got it for 8 years. Pantami just, destroy the technological network of the entire country. Now the things moves around, even phones are being hacked, because this whole thing are inscripted. So as you speak, like that Brigadier General, they already traced him. They know where he is. And they direct them to go and get him. And that's how they got him. So it's a lot of damage that has been done, and the US is aware of it. And it's so sad. It's just sad. Something's going to happen, whether anybody likes it or not, because this when they go, say he go fall inside. Their media. I was just saying when you went in a few minutes ago that you cannot rely on them. These things coming out from the likes of Okocha, you will not hear from the mainstream media. They hide it away. They only come out to tell you that America and US have agreed to partner with each other in the spirit of cooperating. Well, that's not true. That's not true, because you've shown them in the past that you're on the side of the terrorists. When they came to rescue the Chibok guys, it's on record what happened, how the information was passed to the terrorists. Oh, you think they will come and fall for it again? No. So it's just sad. It's sad what's happening. And for Onyendu, like we said from the onset when they sent him to Sokoto, we know that God is an innocent man who has everything he does is towards righteousness, to fight against evil, to save your people from total annihilation. How can that be a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. So, therefore, yeah, he has won. I know that he has defeated the zoo 100%. That I know. They can do whatever they choose to do, but the fact remains that he has beaten them. Everywhere people are talking about the injustice. People are saying it. Everywhere you look, people are saying it, except for the few ones who are not willing to, who are, even though they are lawyers and they enter judiciary system, but because of whatever reason, they decide not to speak the truth. But for the most part, people know what happened.
Right, even government.
So, yeah.
It is so sad. It is so sad what is happening in that contraption, that people have lost their mind, lost their conscience. Their media continue to spill lies and continue to push propaganda's blackmail that doesn't hold water. It is a very pitiable situation. It's very, very disturbing. Let us listen to this very program. Let us hear this program, see what these idiots are speaking on their platform.
It is right for even government to play his game, because, for instance, how does he determine if Kanu will show remorse? That's what he's asking for. The point is, who determines the remorseful?
You see, when these people come on their platform, they are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu showing remorse, and I ask, remorse on what? Remorse about what? What remorse do they want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to show? You see how they change the narrative. None of them is talking about the injustice making on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the unjust verdict, the lawlessness in that case. Nobody is talking about it. But go to all the media stations, every single one of them, they are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu character. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't show remorse. He must show remorse. Up to the extent that they gave confidence to Shegumi today, coming to say that he will stand for the freedom, he will plead on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if he shows remorse.
Can you imagine?
You can imagine.
Can you imagine? Yeah. The audacity.
This is how they have denigrated humanity in Nigeria. A terrorist is coming today telling that he will plead for an innocent person.
This guy,
they are talking about it in all their national TV. Go and see, including their politicians.
Yeah.
You see the politicians today, they say that all of them are asking for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pardon. I ask, pardon on what? All of a sudden, everybody today have now accepted that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. That is what you mean. That means they have accepted that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. Nobody is now talking about the injustice made against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The unjust verdict that was passed on a national TV, the whole world watched it.
They don't care about justice. They don't.
They don't care about it. Nobody cares.
Yeah. This guy who is speaking, I've seen him severally on this VOP, because I think this is VOP. So is he trying to tell me, is he trying to say now that he hasn't seen that interview? Even if, because we personally, we've been speaking about this thing, but that interview from Ladi on Adeolu is a confirmation. So has he not seen that interview? So does he not know that Gumi ordinarily should be arrested and locked up, or rather tried for terrorism? Does he not know that a guy with evidence, proven evidence that he is a terrorist, even from when he was much younger, he participated in terrorism with a recorded evidence to show? He's not talking about it. What is after, as like some of them, evil people. Yeah, remorse. Talking about remorse. A man who, yeah. So obviously that shows one clearly that these are not people who believes in they don't believe in justice, they don't believe in fairness or equity, none of it. Absolutely none of it. So for them it's all about managing and staying in an evil entity where truth is lie and lie is truth. How do you expect such country to prosper or know peace? Absolutely not. It's incredible. I told you, we said it wasn't not yesterday. I said they will ignore every fact, every truth, just to pursue their evil agenda. So far,
and that is what they are doing.
Yeah,
that is what they are doing on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, including Igbo people that are in this people that call themselves politicians, Igbo politicians,
all Jews of Calodem.
All the governors, every one of them, they are into this very thing.
Pardon, including the one from Abba. That is their game plan. Pardon. Oti, all of them. Pardon. The question is, how do you pardon a man that has not committed a crime? So what does that? Does that? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't show fairness at all. That means that the country is not a country of justice and equity at all. This is blatant injustice, perversion of justice. Pardon on what basis?
Pardon on what basis? Nobody is talking about the illegality of the conviction. Nobody. It is not a debate in the media.
Yeah.
It is not making headline in any of their media. It's not making headline at all. They have already gone to begin to talk about a different thing altogether, to change the narrative. Convicting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are all everyone of them is talking about the character of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He doesn't show remorse. Shouldn't do remorse. Remorse on what? What has he done that he has to show remorse for?
Yeah.
Show remorse that he did not keep silent and allow you to convict him with a law that doesn't exist.
They will all be consumed. The monster they've bred, the monster they've created will turn and consume them. But for me, I'm not overly surprised, because that is exactly how they are in that country called Nigeria. That is what from day one, it has always been like that. A country of no justice, no rule of law. It's all about evil, down the line, evil all through. You cannot see anything where people will come out openly, commit a crime, and they will look away. And the victims becomes the guilty one, and the perpetrators become the innocent one. That is what happens everywhere. How on earth can such country continue to exist, and you think that the wrath of, the will of justice and the wrath of God will not befall such a country? For sure it will happen, because look at him sitting down there on the Olu Ekwenso. I don't know if he's a lawyer or whatever, but how can they see all this whole thing happening everywhere, they will not speak about it. So we also continue to speak, but it's just for them to know that nothing good can come out of these people, because you've shown that you abhor justice. You don't believe in fairness. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. till this day, Gumi is moving around freely. And they all pretend. They look away, just ignore it. Don't talk about it. Let's just continue to manage this evil. That is what it's all about. Yeah, but that same evil will consume them. How do you?
It is right for even government to play its game. Because, for instance, how does it determine if Kanu will show remorse?
That's what it's asking for.
The point is, who determines the remorseful attitude of Kanu? Is it the officials in the correctional center, or is it going to undertake periodic visits to Kanu? Because right now, even if Kanu is going to appeal, it cannot be there physically. Even if he's going up to Supreme Court, the lawyers will be there on his behalf. He's not going to appear because he's not going to give further evidence. So where will he see Kanu to know that he has shown remorse? Is Kanu going to be exposed to the media, even when part of the judgment was that he should not be allowed to have access to digital devices, which includes phones, laptop, camera, and other gadgets? So where is he going to see Kanu to determine that the man has decided to be remorseful? And at what point? Is it through his utterances? Is it through his actions? Or whatever is he going to use as parameter for judging him? I think he was just trying to score a cheap political gain by saying all of this. If there's going to be a plea for Kanu's amnesty.
This Gumi now. Gumi is their role model now.
He's talking that Gumi
said if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu show remorse, that he's going to also plead for his release.
That is what they are deliberating on. The word of Gumi. So that is what they are deliberating on this channel. The word of Gumi.
Exactly.
A guy who is a terrorist himself with all proven evidence is incredible. So and this guy, the interviewer or the journalist there, will not let him know that how is it that Gumi, you people are looking up to Gumi? In other words, like Gumi is in charge. Is Gumi in charge of Nigeria?
Of course.
Guy who is a terrorist. So why would this, again, back to what I've been saying all along, that all these VOP, I told you, remember yesterday, how VOP come about and the game they are playing with VOP, with the mind of the people. So this is the thing, because the problem always start from the brain, So why would these journalists, whom they are probably paid 200,000 a month, about £100, stuff like that, why will he not play the video to show how much of a terrorist Gumi is? They will not play it because you know why? That is not part of what they put them there to do. When Rufai Hosseini is the front man that they use as the proprietor or co-founder of the channel. You see, these are
it is so sad that Nigeria is using Gumi as a role model. And these are the country you want people to discuss with. Is it the country you want somebody to believe that it's going to work? Is it a country that a sensible person will begin to listen to? God forbid. God forbid. Only an idiot will wish to be part of this very zoological republic. Only an idiot.
It's not going to come from Gumi. Because I don't see the correlation between Gumi asking for pardon and the federal government saying because Gumi has said is seeking pardon.
I think what Sheikh Gumi is practically saying is that, look, Nnamdi needs to send out message probably to Nigeria to say, fellow Nigerians, I'm sorry for the harm I caused you people, for the people that...
So he's going to address a press conference?
No, even if he doesn't address a press conference, send out message for the
government. Through what? Through which means?
Through his lawyers. His lawyers still have access to him.
You see
I'm
the nonsense
telling
that
you.
is discussing.
Okay. How many Nigerians?
No, I'm not speaking for Gumi.
You understand?
I think that is what.
This is not supposed to be a point of discussion anywhere in
It's
the
not
world.
supposed to. It's not supposed to be a topic.
It's not supposed to be a topic at all.
Okay.
But somebody will open up a studio, an entire studio, will devote hours to discuss this nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah.
To begin to deliberate what a terrorist said.
That is why.
About somebody, about an innocent person that was imprisoned.
Yeah.
Instead of you talking about the unjust judgment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have never seen any studio. I've never seen any studio that bring that as a topic and they discuss it in full. That's supposed to be what is going to be occupying all the media until justice is done. Every media is supposed to be speaking about that unjust judgment that was passed by Omotosho. They are supposed to be analyzing all those judgments one after the other. Until the attention of people until the Nigerian journalists begin to speak about it. And they change that very nonsense they have. That they correct that very evil, that very injustice. But instead of that, look at what they are discussing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu showing remorse. Gumi being the one to go and speak for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Gumi being the one to ask for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
Gumi,
can you imagine? Hey, God. Yeah.
Hello, bro. Bro, choose.
Go ahead, Onyi.
I greet you.
You're welcome.
You see, there is problem. To be sincere, there is problem. Because this thing again now, we can't just be looking. There's problem, a very big problem. For this man, I have been asking this king. I've been asking this question. Waiting be the work of this man for Nigeria. Now this man, now him be the president or what? Because I don't understand. This
it's looking like that.
From indication now, he is now the president.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the reason why.
I
don't see the reason. I don't see the reason why this man in every channel in that Nigeria, this man is always there. They're interviewing him.
Everywhere.
Every channel.
I don't understand. Somebody who a terrorist, even this thing itself should not even this thing. This particular thing should not be even. I wouldn't hand it at all somewhere. It cannot ask not. I wouldn't hand it with this kind of a man. Imagine this man opening mouth saying, "That's how does this man relate with him? But case Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a terrorist. How does that consider? Can anybody cover the with himself? That this man will open mouth and I say that if they will give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will show them that he will. Who is this man? Who is he?
Exactly.
And they are discussing it in their national TV.
Yeah.
You know how these journalists were there for
Nigeria. This is a breaking news yesterday. Every news carried this, Every news carried this statement of Gumi. Every news, including the newspapers.
All
of them.
Yeah. I saw this thing. I was very mad. I was like, should this be a point of discussion?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Even if we want to discuss anything, is it this kind of a man that you'll be discussing this kind of a thing with? In which level? There's a very big problem because I don't understand what is going on.
Sorry, my brother, I know caught you. There's a reason why I'm emphasizing and re-emphasizing this point so that somehow, somewhere, it will be made known so that shame will be put upon these people because like that Rufai was saying, whom they have used now to front this VOP, most people, majority of the people don't know this. But when he comes on Arise TV, he will speak. And they say, oh, Rufai, without Rufai, Arise is nothing.
He's playing my game. He's playing
they will say, oh, he's a man of truth. He's speaking. But meanwhile, he's the one that is being used by the same old enemy to create this station now that they are using to propagate Anything but one Nigeria. Even when one Nigeria is destroying everybody, they are using this VOP to push that narrative, shut you down if you want to speak anything that will rock the boat, that will bring truth out. And Precious Enyi was there. She left them probably because of this how they call it when they sanction like gag, that gag policy. You can say this, you can't say that. Now she's having her own YouTube, and she's a little bit freer to ask questions, to say the things she wants to say. So that is the situation. So we must continue to emphasize.
This Rufai that you just said now. I was asking somebody something. There was somebody I asked something. I asked somebody something. I said, do you think this Rufai, because this thing that this guy always comes to national TV to do, sometimes it looks as if he's saying the truth and all that. I was telling them, I said, this guy, what they are doing is a mind game, because because you can't tell me that this guy will come on national TV and be doing this thing with these people, saying the truth and all that, and you want to tell me that if it is someone else, that if this thing is not a game, they have not sacked him since, or
it's a game.
A kind of, because I was telling them this thing, I don't say this thing is not pure.
Yeah. He came out the other time to say that, hey, look, we should all come together to build this country. So you see the narrative. That's where he is. He is an agent of the British. That I can guarantee you. So it's important that people, as we speak, people begin to notice and to put them to shame, to know that these are
husbands. Okay. That the name suddenly popped up and the list. And popped out in the list of those to be granted amnesty. Now, you don't need anybody to tell you that there was an underground move.
Probably that's what Gumi is talking about.
And
lawyers, the
if he has that intention, he doesn't need to shout. He doesn't need to come to the press.
Okay.
You see, I've always said one thing, that the worst thing you can do to yourself when you are trying to discuss with a big man, even in your community, is to expose him to others. Because he wants to show bravado. He wants to show that his ego is intact. He wants to show that I am in charge. And so even if he has that thing in him to come down to your level, he will not want those people around to say, so after all, this man is a weakling. Because I've experienced it on 2 or 3 occasions. There was a time I insulted my Oga at the back while he was not there. Unknown to me, some other guys were recording. And immediately we left the scene. The man that recorded went to report to my boss that, look at that daily that you think is your boy. Look at what he said behind you. Unfortunately for me, I traveled to Kwara for an assignment. The following morning, the same person that went to play this recording to my boss, I was in the Guardian then.
Okay.
And he was the one to even pretend as if he was hinting the fact that I am already in trouble, that I should come to Lagos. And I told him, I said, even if I'm going to be sacked, this assignment was commissioned by the company, and I'm representing the company here. So I must conclude this assignment. So I concluded the assignment. The following day, I returned to Lagos, and I went straight to the office. Everybody was all over the place, waiting for me to be disgraced and served letter of sack. But because I know for a fact that the only way I could be saved is to have one-on-one with that man, without anybody. So what I did was, as soon as I was coming in, those who were still around the office came looking around close to the man's office
to get a feel of
what is going to happen to me. So what I did was, I just went in straight, locked the door behind me. The man was startled. He thought I was coming to injure him. And I had to prostrate flat. I was wearing a suit with a white cotton shirt. I didn't mind, because I needed to save my job. And I started pleading. I said, Oga, if anybody has told you that I did this, it is true, I did it.
Okay.
But I cannot do it in your presence because you are my Oga. But you, Oga, let's be realistic to ourselves. How many times have you abused Jonathan? Jonathan was in government then. I said, but you have abused Jonathan now. So Jonathan will now wait and say, because you have abused him, he will come and remove you from here or remove you from the world. Okay. I said, so please, let bygone be bygone. Okay. Do you know, to the chagrin of those people that were waiting for me, the man, no,
what I mean is that
yes,
the case died.
The case died just like that, and it was rested. So, but if I had gone around to be begging people, those who think are begging for you, maybe you're
the ones that are trying to nail you.
To even nail you, okay. To even want to say, why are you giving him life sentence? Why don't you even give him death sentence?
Okay, now let's come back to what Sheikh Gumi had said, and I would like for us to. Nnamdi Kanu, you know what Sheikh Gumi represents in the Nigerian political equation, you know, as far as the security architecture is concerned, medical doctor, retired military colonel, and all of that. And he's been very busy canvassing, you know, for bandits to be given amnesty, reintegrated, the non-kinetic approach and all of that. Now he is trying to ask, or he's asking Nnamdi Kanu to show remorse. And a lot of people, including lawyers, have argued that Nnamdi was sentenced based on what he said and not what he did. The legal aspect of it, the legalese. But this is someone who says Nnamdi should show remorse. Meanwhile, he is busy campaigning for amnesty for people who have killed. People that have been arrested. Serial killers with guns and all sorts of lethal weapons that have killed fellow Nigerians. So where does that leave us as a people in terms of the color of justice that we have in this country? You see, and the man is working free. He's negotiating with bandits, holding meetings with them, and even negotiating pictures and videos, and government officials backing him. The other day he was on this station and he said, "Look, I had approval for everything that I did." Now, who gave you that approval? I asked him. He couldn't say. He said, "Authorities." Which authorities? He dodged the question. So, in all of this, what is the color of justice? Where we have a man who is supporting armed killers, and now he's asking someone who was just waving a flag. Say, no, if you show remorse, I'll plead for you.
That's what I said. He's just catching his cruise, using somebody's life that is at stake to catch cruise.
No, he's in charge.
For him to have said that.
That is the funniest thing. You know, every time they play things low,
yes,
that is catching cruise. This man is catching no cruise.
Yeah, he's in charge.
He's in charge. He's showing that he's in charge. He can't do anything. He's in charge. How can you say he's catching cruise? And this is one of the evil of Nigerian media. When a serious issue is on the table, instead of solving that problem, they'll make you believe, it's not, it doesn't mean it's just a minor thing. It's just a minor thing. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, only a man's speech that he made, you convicted him to life imprisonment. But if it were somebody from the north or from the south, then they say, is it not the mayor talk?
Even the charge which they're charging is not even that terrorism something is not even in existence.
Every threat they made during the time of election was carried out against the Igbos in Lagos State.
Yet nobody did anything.
The people who made that threat up to today, they were not convicted.
MC Olomo, is it not the MC Olomo Kebono? Did they arrest him?
MC Olomo is there. A traditional ruler in the southwest said that they would throw Igbos into the lagoon.
I know about that. No, yet they didn't arrest him. They left him.
Did heaven fall?
This is why our people need to really rise up. We really need to rise, because we can't continue like this. This cannot continue. It can't continue. Do you know that
double standards?
How could you?
Go ahead.
Do you know that we have the power? Anyone Debo, we need to really recognize who we are. We have the power to, that's to alter Nigeria. No need to fight or whatever. We need to just only what we need to do. Nigeria will be on their knees. I'm telling you the truth. First of all, we need to start from that Lagos. Our people need to start coming back. All those their houses, all those business, Mandekano, Kaduna, and all those things, they need to start coming back. All those things, we need to start doing it in the southeast. Believe me, when we start doing these things, when we start, okay, I will give you. I will give you example. I will give you example why they that Igbos we have the power. Do you know that this?
There was no doubt about it. The problem is that the people you are talking to are you
going to force them? You go force them.
There is a lady that went and kind of is a Yoruba girl that went to one supermarket like that and said something about Igbos, tribes, and all those things. Do you know that Igbos boycott that particular day? Do you know, as I'm talking to you, that supermarket is already shut down, it's off. Because no Igbos is going there to buy it. Now they are begging. So that's to tell you the power that we have.
There is no doubt about this power you're talking about. Every one of us know about it. There is no single doubt about it. The Nigeria you are hearing today is Igbo.
Yes.
It's Igbo. Of course, it's Igbo.
The Nigeria you're hearing, but are they ready and willing to take the action and do what they have to do?
That is the problem. That is the problem.
People like Ojuso Kalu, who is in front line today, blaming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and talking about the pardon.
That one will fully.
Mazi, not even, hello, Mazi Nano?
Go ahead.
They are not only even Ojuso Kalu, but the people, they themselves, are they ready to do something that we, moving forward, we help everybody, help the generation to come? The answer is no, because I saw a video of what happened in Niger State. That Igbo youth were in that school. That is a Mary something private school that they were kidnapped. I don't have a clear-cut confirmation on that aspect, but the thing is, what are they doing in the northern state? What are they doing? If they move, come back, like this brother was saying, that I didn't quite hear everything he said because my internet threw me off. Now, if the people can come back, all this whole thing will be solved. But they don't want to do it. You go put something, drag them by force. No, they don't want.
I'm telling you, if our people will have the mind do this, I'm telling you, these people will be begging. They will be begging us.
But they don't have the mind. They don't want to do it.
For us now, that is why the thing that we force them to come back is coming very soon.
I'm telling you, let it happen.
It is going to happen. What we force them to come, and there is no. Mazi Sabanagwa said it during his time. He said it. Anywhere you are, if stay there and protect yourself.
Simple. If you die,
I'm gonna say it. We cannot, because of your one room apart hotel that you build in the Kanu, or your bakery that you have in Sokoto.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and we forget about the freedom of 80 million people. It is not possible.
Yeah.
Enough time has been given to them.
Yeah.
Let them remain there. Another program is coming.
For sure, 100%.
It is coming. What will send them back? Those who will be lucky to return back home, they will have a story to tell. And those of them who want to be there, they will remain there.
Yeah.
They are not better than the people who have been dying.
Let it happen.
They are not better than the people who Nigerian soldiers have been shooting in Biafra land, going house by house and shooting them.
Yeah.
They're not better than those people. So the thing that will bring them back is coming. It is coming. Because Nigerian government have not stopped. This Christian genocide you're hearing about, when you hear the North warning, when Trump says he's coming and they are threatening, you think they are threatening their own brother? You think it is their people they are threatening?
No. We know the people they are Igbos with the target.
Oh, let them remain there. Let them remain there.
Igbos now the target.
Forget them. Forget them. This time will come. Let's hear from Ocean. Ocean, you are there. Unmute yourself. Are you there, Ocean? Coach Chooks, unmute yourself and speak to us. Okay, let's continue playing our video.
I was somewhere earlier today and I asked this question. These so-called bandits, are they fighting for a cause? Are they championing a cause? What is the cause they are championing? When Niger Delta youth took up arms against government, it was because they have degraded their environment. They no longer have life. Fishing could not be done. And then gas flaring had almost killed all the inhabitants of that area. So they want to have their life back. And when they were kidnapping to make statements. If you don't leave our land, we will not release these expatriates. And as soon as they move oil workers from their territory, they release those people without taking a cover. You know that those ones are making statements. Now, when it got to Boko Haram, they said they don't want Western education. Now, that one can even be tolerated. But the bandits, what are they protecting? What do they want? A bandit that is protecting illegal miners to mine our collective patrimony without government approval. You are now saying, and in the process, they kill, maim, rape, and get away with it. So the few ones that are arrested, in no time, they get freed. Until American government made some proclamations, we never heard of anybody, any terrorist, being jailed in this country. And shortly after the Trump statement, they jailed 2 people, 20 years. Where are they serving? Nobody has told us. But when they jailed Nnamdi Kanu, we knew that he was taken from Abuja to Sokoto prison. Those 2 people that they said they have sentenced, where are they? We don't know. The correctional center where they are kept. So you can see the double standards in all of this. For me, Gumi is just acting a script that until government has the will to ask him some questions, we may not get to the root of this matter.
Okay, until government gets him to ask him some questions, we will not get to the root of this matter. Because I was asking, he's very curious that this man has information, he has intelligence, he knows where the terrorists are, and we are busy looking for them. We are busy looking for charges.
Because
so does it look like
he's part of them?
Why is okay? He's part of them
because they have so much confidence in him that is picking their minds.
Now that is the point. The government knows where this man is, and they are looking for some of these kingpins, and yet they cannot get this man to say, "Look, you have to take us to where he is." Does it look like government is shielding him? Does it look like he has something against the government that, look, if you touch me, I can spill the bean? What does it?
You see, what I see in Gumi is that his backers are very strong, and there are some interests that are external to this country that are fueling whatever Gumi is doing. Because the man has suddenly become untouchable. Nobody can question him. He just open his mouth and say anything, and he doesn't care. Because he knows that there won't be repercussion.
Yeah.
On that aspect, I agreed on that aspect that there are external forces because he just went to Turkey and came back freely. And we know from Governor Autumn that Turkey and one other country he mentioned, one other Islamic country, they are busy pushing to Islamize Nigeria. You remember that, right?
Yes.
And Gumi have just gone there. And Turkey have a huge influence in Nigeria. So there are external forces backing Gumi, and that is why it's a known fact now that Tinubu, for him to become president, he has to go and negotiate and had an agreement with them that he cannot touch them, that they are foot soldiers in the Islamization of Nigeria. And Tinubu agreed. That's why he can't touch Gumi. He can't touch any of these guys.
So you see, he signed a deal before he.
So it's a very simple. It's a simple fact. But the people in Nigeria who are like condemned people already, they also, how can they not figure this out? It's very simple. It's not a rocket science to see what's going on. Like a guy like Gumi, a terrorist, is giving them. He's the one in charge, practically in charge, telling you that if Nnamdi Kanu show remorsefulness, he will plead on his behalf.
You can imagine.
It's incredible, absolutely insane, my brother. How do you?
Somebody who has no intention of either protecting his people or supporting his people, suddenly, because he is able to. Now, today, when last did you read about armed robbery in the newspapers? Armed robbers have transformed to kidnappers because it's more lucrative. Show me anybody in this country today that will keep 20 million naira in his house, waiting for armed robbers to strike. But 100 million can be paid in less than 2 days if you kidnap somebody of means. So somebody is out there using his influence to openly support those people who took up arms against the state without any reason at all.
And the state is not saying anything. Now, they said something that is quite instructive. He said he could have powerful backers in government.
Yes.
And if not just in government, but outside.
Outside the country.
Now, let's look at the outside perspective. He went to Saudi Arabia sometime last year.
He was thrown back.
He was thrown out.
They throw him back.
Now, we have UAE that has given us 411 names of terror sponsors. That clearly shows you that, look, UAE is against terrorism of any form. So that was why they were able to release those names. In fact, 2 sets of names. And up until this moment,
nobody has told us these names.
But shortly before, about 2 weeks ago,
he went to Turkey.
Gumi was in Turkey. And it was in Turkey that he made very incendiary statements about Trump, having to go with a bloody nose if he comes to Nigeria. He cited the case of Afghanistan. He cited the case of Iran. And he said, look, what is even going in?
He even mentioned Biafra. America has not US is coming because of Biafra.
It was in Turkey. And again, so should we be looking at Iran?
Mazi, you think US is not aware of this?
His backers.
Why not? Why not? Of course they are aware.
They are aware. They are aware.
They are aware that Gumi went to Turkey and the things he said about them and the reference to Biafra. So everything.
They are aware. The reference he made about Biafra, everything, they are aware of it.
Exactly. So it's coming.
The thing is that if US enter there, and I swear to God, believe that man will run away.
He can run. He can run.
He already prepared his
he will run.
But he's connected in Nigeria. They will fly him out.
Yeah.
As far as Shetima becomes you can even use presidential jet to leave Nigeria if you don't know.
And land in Turkey.
Shetima is a terrorist.
Yeah, 100%. He can land in Turkey. Gumi can land in Turkey. They will try to hide him. But from the United States, you can run from the United States, but you can't hide. Trust me.
The other guy also have left. Pantami.
Pantami?
That one have left Nigeria.
And so Satan of Sokoto is one of them. Instead of go meet them.
Pantami, whether he is there or not, Pantami has a very significant role he's playing. And he can play that role from any part of the world.
You are right.
Former minister of some of you don't know what it is to be a minister of communication. We are talking about somebody who worked with Al Qaeda.
You can imagine.
He can operate from anywhere in the world. Even he doesn't even need to be in Nigeria. He doesn't even need to be in Nigeria. He will just sit in a room and be monitoring all these things people are talking. He will just sit in a room with a small
Malchus. Do you know?
Go ahead.
Do you know that Nigeria is a country that with an open arm welcome Hamas into Nigeria? The United States knows about that. Now they came back from that meeting they went in America to lie that they've agreed to work and cooperate with them. But the United States know that when you welcome Hamas into Nigeria and give them legitimacy, you've gone against the grain, because Hamas is a terrorist organization worldwide. No, I don't know of any nation in Africa or anywhere that will welcome Hamas and be telling them they have a friend in Nigeria. And you expect that US will come and work with you when you've demonstrated that you are in cahoots with the terrorists that went to Israel and massacred innocent children, maybe 1,000 or more of them. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to the Nigerian people and the media. They are buying into it. But everything it go happen soon. Koro, everybody go see them. And there will be no pity for them when they get consumed by the monster they've created. How can you welcome Hamas into Nigeria? What are you trying to show? What are you trying to prove? And Shetima, who is a terrorist himself, went to United Nations to castigate Israel, invariably castigating America. Because their anger towards America, the Nigerian government, which is a terrorist government, the anger they feel towards Israel is the same they feel towards America. And if you think that America doesn't know it, you don't know anything. They know that Nigeria hates them. They may ask you that question rhetorically, but they know that they are dealing with an enemy nation because Nigeria has demonstrated it. They feel that it's America that is giving Israel a green light in what is happening in Gaza. So all these things, okay, what do you?
Those statements in Turkey, nobody censored him. He wasn't cautioned, and he came back. What does it speak?
It was convenient for him to make such statements in Turkey.
And you understand what Turkey represents?
Of course.
Recently,
yes.
Recep Erdogan has been. I mean, he also battling insurgents, the PKK. The Kurd, the Kurdistan Workers Party, that is having problem over 40 years. In Iraq,
interminable crisis
within that region.
Yeah, you know what? For me, I see it beyond a country giving support. But to what end will a country give support? Most of the legal miners that we see around, even up to Ede, I mean Osun State here, Elisha, Axis, and Ife, they are Chinese.
Okay. Not Arabs.
Not Arabs. And what I see ultimately is another justful for Africa. Okay. And it appears that most of these Western nations, they just want a slice of the cake from Africa. And as long as we still have mineral resources embedded, because the shift is no longer about oil. Because it's getting out of fashion with shale, with alternative energy like solar, nuclear power, and all that.
You see, one thing that I don't like most of the time is when they try to use these Westerners to deviate attention. Yeah. For how long will Africa continue to blame Westerners in their problem?
Exactly.
For how many years, how many decades will we continue to blame? You see, for how long are we going to continue to use this excuse,
to tackle it?
Yeah.
Nah.
For how long? Every time they are after your resources, they are after your minerals. At the same time, you are the one providing the food soldiers to fight against yourself.
Exactly. When you sit down, you allow
I can't just understand it.
Well, that is the problem.
These bandits we're talking about, they are not white people.
Okay. They are not Europeans. Okay.
The Gumina that is their spokesperson, he's not a white man.
Okay.
How long? Why don't you focus on these ones? You cannot fight the West. Okay, these are your people. Someone like Gumi now. What stopped the government from rooting him out, rooting him that and grind him to ashes?
This liar.
What Gumi is doing? What Gumi cannot do what he's doing in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Did you see how Saudi Arabia dealt with Osama bin Laden himself?
Mm-hmm.
The leader of Al Qaeda. Do you see how Osama bin Laden he was dealt with?
Yeah.
Everything that he owns and his entire family.
They won't blame Western world.
Every time you remain on blaming Western world, they are doing this to black people. They are this for how long will you continue to do that?
Okay. Look into the mirror. Search your.
I can't understand.
It's just like this.
I no longer want to hear that narrative.
This thing you are saying now is just like when they are saying that Trump is coming. Some say, oh, he's coming for our resources. Then I ask the person, resources, have you seen it before? Have you benefited from it?
Oh.
You talk again.
Okay,
I say,
Trump is not coming. He has told you now, handle your problem. What are you doing? That's the
nothing. Yeah. They are not serious. And that is the thing that is coming. The America will draw the line because they are not serious. It's all about. It's all about
the media. Like this man, you see where he's now driving the whole narrative.
He won't blame West.
They talk about the Western influence, the program will end, and that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
People go back without any information.
Yeah, you see the point. That is the root issue. You have to go back to the root issue. It won't shift to blame, Western world. But you cannot do anything for yourself. You sit down there, you watch a criminal, a well-known drug trafficker he has, how can I say, a flawed individual whom
made him a president.
Made him a president. Then you turn around, you blame Western world.
You blame the West.
A money launderer, a certificate forger. All his life has been a criminal. With documented evidence, you allowed him to become president. You want to blame Western world?
I can't understand it.
Yeah,
I can't understand it. Look at Ibrahim Traore, or whatever they call him, that took over his country. Because he is genuine. Even the West tried to enter, they couldn't succeed. Even US called him. He said, "I'm not coming. I'm busy with my country."
Yeah, that was what he said.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Somebody begin to sit, you sit down and you give Western influence, and by the time you enter into this topic of Western influence, the matter has ended.
Yes.
Diversion. Mm-hmm.
Diversion. It's just like the normal, an average black man. When he doesn't want to use his brain, he will tell you God will do it for us.
Exactly.
Once they begin to resort into this, God has everything. Oh, don't fight. God is going to fight for us. You will neutralize the effort of everybody. Everybody go back home and sleep, and the evil will continue.
Yeah. That's what I tell you.
Anytime they bring this issue of Western influence in any topic that has to do with Africa, the topic don't spoil with that. There will be no effort again. It is blame game. And this is why all this we are talking about Pan-African idiots. Pan-African idiots. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
Anybody preaching Pan-African party, these people are agents. They are the worst agents. The worst agents.
Yeah.
They are never serious in solving any problem. If they come into this matter now, they will tell you, "Oh, Western influence, Africa one border. Why? The main problem, they will never discuss it.
Yeah.
One of the worst person I hate sorry to God forgive me for using that word. I don't like to be hearing in that Pan-Africa is that man they call Lumumba. That man is a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Big one.
Lumumba.
Yeah.
A Western agent to the core.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes for speech, and they don't pay him. Is he going to make those speech?
He just wants only himself to be recognized. Any other thing that is happening, he doesn't care. Always going to one place to go and make a speech, nonsense speech.
Go and check all of them that are talking about Pan-Africa. They don't have a solution. Look at Malema in South Africa. South Africa is the worst when it comes to attack on Africans.
Another useless one, Malema.
He is the worst. The worst.
Yeah.
But every time you meet him, open border, free border, Pan-Africa, open border. But in his own country, xenophobia.
They are driving, killing.
He has not been able to solve his own problem. In that South Africa, he has not been able to solve the problem. Now you want to open border.
The open border, is it not?
They sit there.
You mean South Africa? Where?
South Africa.
The open border for what's this? Is it? Can't have these people. These people are around there. Is it Palestine? They open very soon. I give them 5 years. That place they will destroy them.
Yeah.
They don't know what is coming for them. They go finish them.
Well, South Africa, they sit down there. Worst genocide is happening in a place they call One Africa, Pan-Africa. The worst genocide is happening. South Africa will not speak about it. They will not bring Nigerian government to ICC. They went for Israel. With the whole world know, I know the history of Israel. It's something that is as contentious as it can be. I know what goes on there. South Africa is busy trying to drag Israel down while in their backyard, the worst is happening. The genocide against Christians rose into millions. The genocide against Biafran, they will never speak about it. Against the okay.
Those ones, I
blame the white man.
When it will start, when their own will start, when it will start.
Yeah.
So now the attention is on mineral resources like gold, bauxite, uranium, lithium, and the rest of them. And we have it in abundance.
I don't want to listen to this nonsense. I just don't want to listen to this
Can you just wave that place?
I don't want to listen to this nonsense. I don't.
We have it in abundance. How does it help you? How many decades have you have it? Has it helped you? Poverty, no electricity, no water, no healthcare, no nothing. We have it in abundance.
And you see one thing. You see one thing. They are doing this thing intentionally.
Yeah.
You see that even if you come to their program to acquire knowledge, by the time they talk, at the end of the day, look at how they are ending it up.
Yeah.
It has now gone back to blaming the West. They are now telling you that you cannot solve the problem. The Western interest is always there. You can't solve it. There is nothing you can do to stop it. It is no longer about a terrorist they have, Gumi, who is the chief terrorist they have.
Yeah.
It is no longer about their vice president who created the terrorists we see today, sponsor them actively. It is no longer about the drug baron they made the president.
Yeah.
It is no longer about their justice system that have been hijacked by terrorists.
Yeah.
It is no longer about those injustices. Now it is about Western useless resources that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Blame the white man.
Blame the white man. White man that have left you for how many years now?
How many century now?
How many centuries
decades?
now?
Yeah. You can't help yourself. Yeah.
You are there blaming them. Look at Burkina. Is it Burkina or whatever? Traore.
Yeah.
A space of how many days? Look at Niger.
See what that guy is doing. See what the guy is doing.
Look at how they change their place. If they continue to blame the Black West without doing anything, do you think anything will happen?
That's a leader. That is what is called a leader.
And this is the main reason why none of them will speak in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Never.
Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about the solution. There was a program now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he doesn't even believe in this issue of racism anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in it because we are the racist of ourselves.
Exactly.
In our attitude, our behavior. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he is done trying to blame people. You blame yourself.
Yeah.
Take responsibility. That is why in that message he talked about the sense of a black man, that the reasoning. The problem is the reasoning, the way we reason.
I told you here, that is why they are the bottom of all races, the way they reason.
And they are not ready to come out from that bottom.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Wale Soyinka is there now calling Trump a madman. But his own brother, who is a criminal drug trafficker, a money launderer certificate forger, they will not talk about it. As long as he
has the boldness to call Donald Trump a madman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ask him the reason for calling him a madman.
And he wants to go to America. He won't go to America.
Those are the people Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called the educated intellectual.
Yeah.
The intellectuals.
He wants to go to America.
The sophisticated morons.
I'm telling you.
You can imagine. And they will leave the actual problem. They begin to tell you, begin to paint word and begin to preach. And may God have mercy. May God have mercy. My brother, I think I have to round up this game. Make I hold my life too.
Yeah.
I have to round up the program. Make I still hold my own life because this our people. If you carry their matter for your head, it go kill you and they go still remain as they be.
Oh, exactly.
That is why in this my program, I've told you I've stopped talking about some issues. There are some topics I don't even dive into. Because the people you want to create enmity for yourself for, are they ready? That's the problem.
Okay.
Rochus,
the people you want to go and create an enemy with your brother. I want to go and begin to fight my brother, fight my sister, and talk about them in my program. These people you want to sacrifice your own happiness for, are they ready? Ask yourself that question.
Okay. Are
they ready? That is why there are some topics I don't talk about. Because every Chukwu created everyone. Even if you never enter classroom one day, common sense, Waranda, there are certain things you should know.
Yeah. Common sense.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense.
When
so
that
far you
smoke,
know when to eat. When you are hungry, you will go and get food and eat. When you are thirsty, you go and take water and drink. There are certain things you must know.
Celebrating the arrest of Simon Ekpa, and you a graduate, you don't have that common sense. That thank God that is long overdue. And you see Fulani terrorists kidnapping and raping people, and you are there at VOP celebrating, thanking God. You know, Nnamdi Kanu. A guy said that he's a guy who could have just been living his life peacefully, enjoying everything, and he came out to help people who doesn't deserve.
You know,
who doesn't deserve help?
Bro, sometimes.
Look at Mazi Simon Ekpa. Let me tell you, what Mazi Simon Ekpa have acquired is the prayer point of so many of us here today.
100%.
The level he has attained is the prayer point of many of us. We pray every day to attain to that height. But somebody has gotten to that height and he kept it aside and come to fight for you.
Sometimes all the knock or just happen go in there and Fulani just make it